Books, books. I like books. I'm gonna read them all.
Hi readers, Chris here. Welcome to my channel where I review fantasy, Stephen King, all sorts of books, and today I'm going to be doing the Christmas music book tag because 'tis the season, and yes, I have a family photo shoot happening tomorrow, so I'm doing a dry run of my outfit. If you can't tell, I'm supposed to be a Christmas elf. Hopefully the ears gave it away. This hat is so big, it doesn't even fit in the frame. But yeah, I think everything came out good, so I'm feeling ready for tomorrow. Before we get started, I understand that this tag was kind of a collaboration between two booktubers who I do not know, but Uncommon Reader and Beyond Books. I will link both of their channels down below so you can check them out. I was tagged for this tag by Joe and Mary over at BookBuds, and it's really funny because I have been wanting to do this tag, like getting ready to film it, and then I realized that like I never even commented on their video, so sorry Mary and Joe, but you did inspire me to make this video. So let me jump in with prompt number 1, Joy to the World. Joy to the World, which is name a book that brings you joy that you wish everyone could read. There's a lot of books that I could pick for this one, but ultimately I settled on Soulless by Gail Carringer. Gail Carringer is one of my all-time favorite authors, and this is one of my all-time favorite series. This is kind of like a steampunk, Victorian fantasy series. It stars this lady protagonist. Her name is Alexa Terabati, and she is what is known as a soulless. So she doesn't have any powers herself, but she has the ability to take someone else's powers. So if she's around a werewolf or a vampire or some type of supernatural creature, her touch will basically drain their supernatural power and turn them human, turn them mortal, like yada yada yada. Very, very rare. Now, on the flip side of that, she's living in Victorian England where everyone is very prim and proper, but that's not her. So she is, by this point in her life, she should have had a husband, settled down, but that's not her life. So she's known as like a spinster, but she takes it in stride. She is very stubborn. She is very outgoing. She does not give an F what people think about her. She is the best character. So this book is so funny, has all of the fantasy vibes you could possibly want, but it's funny at the same time. Like, I love that so much. Prompt number 2 is Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, a book that takes place in a cold or snowy environment. And of course, I had to pick The Bear in the Nightingale from the Winter Night trilogy. I mean, this book literally takes place in like what's supposed to be northern Russia in the winter. So I don't think there's snow on the ground this entire book. It's snowy, it's cold, it's dark. There's a winter king, there's a bear, there's all these wintry forest creatures. Like, this book is the epitome of like winter vibes. So if you've never read it and you're looking for a fantasy with wintry vibes, like, this is what you should pick up. Prompt number 3 is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Name a book with a mean character or a character that you don't like. Now, I could have picked any of her books, but I decided to pick Babel by R.F. Kuang. R.F. Kuang is pretty much known for having unlikable characters, like as her lead characters. So whether it's the Poppy War, Yellowface, or Babel, the main characters in all of those books they're not normal. Like, our main character here, his name is Robin. And even though, like, there are some very traumatic things that have happened to Robin in his life, things that have led him to make decisions that most people would not make, he just makes these decisions that when you're reading it, you want to like scream and shake him and be like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Like, stop. This is wrong. This is the wrong thing to do. But again, I think Kwang does a good job, like helping you like what would drive someone to like do those awful things. But it still doesn't mean that the character is likable. So some people don't like to read books with unlikable characters. I actually think it's a fun challenge, which is why I love this book. But yeah, Robin, definitely mean and unlikable. Prompt number 4 is Santa Claus is coming to town. Name a book that's coming out that you want to read. I have no idea, what's coming out. I have lost total track of, what might be coming, and honestly, I've just been too busy. So, there is a book that just came out recently, so I'm going to use that instead, and it is the third book in John Gwyn's Bloodsworn trilogy. So I read book 1, The Shadow of the Gods, book 2, The Hunger of the Gods. Book 3, I did ask someone for book 3 for Christmas because it just came out, so hopefully that will be coming to me very soon. Prompt number 5 is the 12 Days of Christmas. Name a short story collection. And for this one, I decided to go with Half Human Heroes. This is a fantasy anthology. It was put out by Jeremy Fee, and there are a ton of stories in here from other booktubers. It would take me way too long to name all of them, but suffice to say, this is the only short story collection of fantasy stories that I've ever had. So it's really, really fun. It's really, really cute and features a lot of indie authors, so highly recommended. Prompt number 6 is The Little Drummer Boy, a book that brings back childhood memories. This one was easy for me, and that's going to be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis from the Chronicles of Narnia. This was probably one of the first, fantasy stories that I ever discovered. So when I was a wee lass, my mother used to bring us to the local library in our town, and I don't know if anyone remembers, but back in the 80s, there was this cartoon version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and we used to rent it from the library all the time. It was one of my absolute favorite movies to rent. So for that reason, this book, this whole series, will always have a special place in my little elvish heart. Prompt number 7 is Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. Name a book that has a party scene or that takes place over the holiday. And the first thing that came to my mind is actually going to be Harry Potter in the Goblet of Fire. Because even though all of the Harry Potter books, have a holiday portion of it, this one in particular, they have a whole party at Christmas called the Yule Ball. And I love the Yule Ball because not only do we get all of the Hogwarts kids celebrating, but we also get the kids from all the other schools who are at Hogwarts for the tournament. So whenever I think of holiday parties, I absolutely think of the Yule Ball. So pretty, so pretty. I would love to go to a big fancy Christmas party like that. That sounds like so much fun. Most of the Christmas parties that I've been to have either been for work, so they're pretty low key, or for family and friends. So again, the attire isn't that elevated, but I would love to go to a black tie Christmas party. I think that sounds super fun. Prompt number 8 is Frosty the Snowman. Name a book with a character who is cold or calculating. And the first person that I thought of is Kaz from Six of Crows. Kaz is one of those characters who is very damaged on the inside. So even though deep down he's a good person, on the outside he is very cold to everyone. He does not like touch, so he never lets anyone touch him physically. And calculating, oh my god, he is always calculating. He is always trying to figure out how to get one step ahead, how to one-up his competitors. He always has a plan, or at least seems like it. Although sometimes he pretends he doesn't, but he actually does. You know what I mean. But yeah, even though he's cold, even though he's calculating, he's still one of my favorite characters. Now, there is a bonus prompt here that says a fun memory or interesting holiday tradition. I don't know if I have a fun memory, but I will share a tradition that I have had for a very, very, very long time. And that is usually Christmas Eve, like so December 24th, pretty much all day into like the evening. I don't make any plans. I don't go anywhere. I don't see anyone. And that's when I do like all my wrapping. I leave all my wrapping for the day before. I start in the morning. It usually takes me all day long. Usually in the evening, I get a glass of wine. I put on a Christmas movie and I tell everyone in the house to just leave me alone. So I have a solid like 6 to 8 hours, like totally by myself, just drinking wine, wrapping presents, and having a grand old time. So that's my tradition. I would love to hear one of yours. I'm not going to tag anyone specifically because I know a lot of people have already done it, but of course, if you want to, please do it. Please tag me. Let me know your Christmas traditions or how you would answer these questions. Any comments you have, leave them in the comments section below. You know where. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel for more bookish stuff coming your way soon. All right, everyone. Happy reading. I couldn't end a Christmas video without my little Christmas ferret, Roscoe. Can you say hi to everyone, Roscoe? Yeah, you just woke up. You probably have to go to the bathroom, but yes, you still have kisses for your mama. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll get you a treat, okay? Thank you.